Hello cadets, I am Ayo Shaw and I'll be your instructor for today's lesson. Now, let me just warn you that I have rolled up my sleeves. Why I have done so is because I'm hot. That's simply the reason why. Do not follow me. I'm hot, I'm delivering instruction. That is my excuse. And a valid excuse. You do not have such an excuse to roll up your sleeves. Now, today we'll be talking about taking a bearing, specifically how to take a bearing. You should already be familiar with this, a compass, what you will likely know as a silver compass. Now, calling this a silver compass is incorrect. This is actually a lightweight compass. Silver is the company. However, it is very commonly known as the silver compass. So you're going to hear silver compass, silver compass, silver compass, and you know that this is what is being spoken about. But in the back of your mind, you're going to know that in truth, this is called a lightweight compass, and silver is the company. So you should be familiar with this compass, the parts of it, the type of grid lines, as well as the types of norths, which is very important and moving formal. So how to take a bearing? This activity should be done standing up. Ideally, I'm not standing up, but when taking a bearing, you should be standing up. In fact, naturally you'll be standing up when taking a bearing, but I wouldn't be standing up for this exercise. So, the first step is to ensure that the north sign is directly in line with the direction of travel arrow. So, as I said, you should be familiar with the parts of the compass. So I don't need to show you I shouldn't even need to show you what the north sign is, but let me just show you. I'm not sure if you're going to be shown on video because of the lighting, but direction of travel arrow, which is coming from also here, and the north side, the big N. So these should be aligned. They are already aligned on this lightweight compass. Now we can move forward. The next step is to put it flat, as close to you as possible. Now this is done in different ways. People do it different ways. Some people do it like this, so you need a flat palm outstretched. Some people like to do it like this and put it very close to the torso. Very close. That's what some people like to do. Fundamentally, you need to ensure that the compass is as flat as possible. Since you need to hold it, you need to ensure that it is flat in your palm as possible. So what I do, knowing that that's the aim, I hold the compass like this to steady it and just rest it against my chest bone here. Why I choose my chest bone is to avoid my diaphragm. Now, of course, you breathe from your diaphragms every time you inhale and exhale. You're breathing, which affects the compass because your hand is moving. It's going to affect your bearings. So you want to be looking at your breathing. I put it near my chest bone. What is it? Breastbone? It's chest bone here. You don't to avoid my diaphragm, but you want to put it as close to your body. You don't have to put it on your bone, but you want it close as possible, flat surface. So this is what I do, right? And I'm very aware of my breathing. Now, if you want to do that, you have to be breathing from your diaphragm. Most people breathe from the chest, so it's like just breathing. That's what a lot of people do. To breathe from your diaphragm, you have that your belly is what will actually rise and fall. So you have to be aware of that. So I put it near to my breastbone or whatever that is. And smooth palm, I hold the compass. I ensure that it's as flat as possible. Grip it. And what I'm looking for here is that the magnetic needle is free. So I don't want the magnetic needle to be at any specific side to where it's not freely able to move. That's especially what I'm looking for, aside from everything else. Putting against my chest, the magnetic needle is freely able to move now. That is great. So once I've done that, I've identified the object that I want to find the bearing of, or the direction. But for these purposes, we'll use an object. I'll use this object. I'm going to put it here. Yeah, I'll put it here. I'll put the object right here. So, flat as possible. I'll put it close to my chest. The magnetic needle is freely able to move. Now, I've identified my object of interest. I am going to move my body towards that object of interest to where the direction of travel arrow is directly in line with that object. Since I'm sitting as opposed to where I should be standing, I'm simply going to turn my chair. So I'm going to turn my chair and my direction of travel arrow is directly in line with the object of interest. Directly in line with the object of interest. Once that is done, now that it is done, I'm going to rotate my 360-degree dial until the north sign is directly in line with the north part of the magnetic needle. So recall, the magnetic needle has a north and a south. North, the red part; south, the white part. We to move with the north sign until it's directly in line with the red part of the magnetic needle. Once I have done that, I don't need to be worried about anything changing. This will, once I have done that, it's fixed. There's nothing to worry about. I don't have to worry about losing the bearing, it going anywhere. I have to do this all over again. Nothing of that is of concern because I found the bearing. Now, the bearing is, and how we're going to know the bearing is that we're now going to observe the direction of travel arrow and look at the corresponding degree. So looking at the direction of travel arrow for this lightweight compass, it's directly in line with 130 degrees. So this object, the bearing of this object is 130 degrees from where I am sitting. And that is how you find the bearing. And I'm not sure if it can possible. I'm not sure if it's very visible to see, but you can look, if you look at the direction of travel arrow, and this compass has a line here that helps you see. There's 130 degrees here, and I don't have to worry. And that is the bearing of this object from where I'm sitting. Bearings.